It's me. Hi everyone, welcome to the show. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about my beauty secrets because I am a beautiful woman. No, I do get told that I have like a good sense of style and that I'm an attractive person. So you said it first. Don't at me, okay? I just agree. I think I'm really pretty. No, I'm actually joking. I think I define beauty in a totally different way than you might expect. So we're going to talk about some little secrets today. And we're also going to chat with my sister a little bit later about some skincare stuff. But first, let's see what the cards are saying today. Today's message is, look at the big picture before you react. I actually really need to remember that because I tend to react. Look at the big picture, guys. So if you were looking at the small picture, stop doing that. Okay, let's get into it. So there actually is a big secret to looking really hot, and I'm gonna blow your mind. You might not expect it. Confidence. I know that's kind of boring, but it's actually really true. Think about those people that you've seen before and you find them like really hot for some reason. Maybe they're not stereotypically attractive. Maybe they're not your usual type. 99% of the time, the reason they're so hot is because of confidence or authenticity. It is one of the most attractive qualities to just be yourself and to own it. I often get told that I'm confident, and I think I put out that energy for sure. I can see why people would think that, but I'm the same as everybody else. I have really insecure days. I feel like crap a lot of the time. And sometimes I'll get completely dolled up. I'll put on my best outfit. I'll wear amazing makeup, blah, 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 looking hot. And I still feel like shit because I don't feel confident. I don't feel like I look good. Confidence is a feeling. So you can connect to it. That's why I always say being hot is a mindset, because it actually is. If you just fake it till you make it and pretend you're confident and act like you're confident, you kind of trick your brain into believing it, and then you trick everybody else into believing it. And I'm telling you, it will make you look a million times hotter. I promise. Anybody can do it, okay? You just gotta own who you are, whatever that is. Now, with that being said, there are some practical tips. Like there are some little things you can do. Hair is a big one I want to talk about. People really underestimate the power of a good haircut. I think there was a little trend on TikTok that went around for a while that was like the power of hair, and it showed like different hairstyles and how much this person's face or aura changed. Coming from somebody who's like a big makeup girl, skincare, fashion, hair is like the last thing on my list. I don't really care about doing my hair. I've never really been a big hair girl, but I really unlocked the power of my hair like the last couple years. Do you remember in 2020 when the curly girl method became like a really big thing? Okay, sorry, just to be clear, it was always a big thing for basically every Black woman and knowledgeable curly haired lady out there. I just meant when the white people found out about it. I am only mixed after all. C'est la vie. Well, when that happened, I decided to take a look at my hair and I was like, oh, surprise, I have curly hair. Didn't realize I think I need to take care of it differently. There was the shampoo and the conditioner and the scrunching and all that kind of stuff, but actually what I found the biggest difference was the cut. I never cut layers into my hair like my whole life because I was a ballerina, so I don't know if any other dancers out there, did your ballet teachers like not let you cut layers into your hair? Because mine didn't, because it would make it easier for a ballet bun. Anyways, whatever. My point is, I didn't cut layers into my hair for years. I just never changed it. Layers are fucking hot, you guys. Layers are so hot, so cool. If you have texture in your hair, if you've got like a wave or a curl, oh my God, get some layers, babe, get some fringe. It is like, wow, it seriously made such a big difference. Also in terms of how long it takes to do my hair. With a good cut, you can like whip it up really quick. You can really change your face shape with a good fringe. And like all you gotta do is experiment and do what you like. Embrace your natural hair. You know, you can have some fun. You can switch it up, dye your hair. But this is my big thing. Whenever you make a change about yourself, it should come from a place of preference and not necessity. So I see a lot of people stay blonde for years because they think that their brown hair is just so ugly. And that I find sad. Listen, if you prefer blonde and it's like, I love being blonde, be blonde forever, okay? But I went blonde in high school because I thought it was the only way I could look hot. I thought brunettes weren't hot, which is ridiculous. Brunettes are so hot. It took me 6 months. I completely fried my hair. And at the end of it, I looked adorable, but I also looked basic and I didn't really look like myself. And it just didn't really make me feel like that amazing. When I look back, I only really went blonde because I just wanted to like fit in better. And I don't know, I was a brown kid in my small town. There's nuances is what I'm getting at. It shouldn't be, I'm gonna stay blonde forever because I look so ugly with brown hair. It should be, I look really cute with brown hair, but I really like how I look with blonde hair, so I'm gonna stay blonde forever. Great. Do you see the subtle difference? It's just, yeah, it's okay if you want to change something about yourself, but you should never feel like you have to. I mean, for goodness sake, you're gorgeous. You don't have to change a thing. You're fine. You know, just have some fun, experiment. It's your only physical body. You don't have to do what society tells you is right. Surprise. Those actually aren't rules. They're fake. Oh, who would have thought? They're not mandatory. If you're a rule follower, Another big societal thing is shaving. Like, how do you deal with your body hair? Me personally, I don't really shave. I stopped shaving my legs years ago because it's just like so time consuming and annoying and I get ingrowns and I genuinely just don't give a crap. And I realized that I was only shaving for men, which is ridiculous. Don't do anything for men. Same with my armpits. I stopped shaving my armpits. That was more of a queer motivated thing because here's the thing. Guys can say that I'm disgusting because I have hairy legs and hairy armpits, but I'm not trying to just be hot to men, okay? So if you thought I was disgusting because of my leg hair, you would have thought I was disgusting regardless. Something would have came out eventually. But I'm also trying to get the ladies is what I'm trying to get at, you know? So yeah, now I deal with my body hair however I feel like it. If I go on vacation, I might get a Brazilian. Why not? Sure. But again, I don't feel like I have to. Preference, not necessity. Preference, not necessity. You see what I'm saying? Do you, boo? Now the hair, of course, is the face framing, but what about the actual face, okay? Serving face, serving cunt. I love makeup. Some people choose to wear it. Some people choose not to. There are times where I feel so much more confident with less makeup and so much more confident with more makeup. In 2016, I used to wear a crap ton of makeup and I loved it. Nowadays, I wear a lot less and I love it. Embrace your eras. Don't feel like you have to do anything that you don't want to. Now, for anybody out there that thinks they suck at makeup and wants to elevate their skills, you might be surprised to know that most of the time, it's not actually your fault. 90% of the time, it's the brush or the product. You're trying to blend your eyeshadow and it's just not blending like those makeup artists do. It doesn't look as soft and beautiful. Even if you gave me the same brush and same product, I probably wouldn't be able to blend out the eyeshadow that well with a stiff, flat brush. It's going to be tough. So you need to use a fluffier brush in order to disperse the product. So having a little bit of knowledge about like what brushes do can be really helpful. Usually the rule of thumb is if it's denser, it packs on the product and it keeps it in the same spot. So those are good for things like foundation, concealers, or if you're doing more detail work. And then big fluffier brushes are really good for dispersing the product and really blending it out. So, you know, little fluffy crease brushes is great. Everybody should have a crease brush, So if you feel like something's not working, first try and switch the brush and then try and switch the product. Okay, so my makeup routine changed a lot after I became a makeup artist. For one, I realized the importance of skin prep. I really like this Bobbi Brown face base. There's a L'Oreal dupe that's really cheap. I don't think primer is necessary, but I do think moisturizer and good skincare is really like 90% of the battle. I also realized that less is more, so I pretty much stick to tinted moisturizers now instead of foundations. But if I do use foundation, I always get two different colors because it's really hard to find your perfect shade in a bottle. So that's also why I like tinted moisturizer because it's a little bit more forgiving. And then I use a really high pigment concealer for any coverage. I prefer having high coverage in my concealer over my foundation because then you can sort of place the coverage exactly where you want it and it ends up looking a little less cakey. Unless you're wearing your makeup for like 10 plus hours, you don't really need to be baking like with all the powder and stuff. Instead, just use a really good pressed powder. I am a hoe for the Charlotte Tilbury ones, but the Rimmel Stay Matte is so bomb and it's like $5. Just use a slightly lighter hand and be amazed at how elevated your makeup game gets. I dig like a little bit of cream bronzer. And if I'm contouring, I'll use like a really cool tone shade on a little fluffy brush. And then I'll just sort of go like right in the little spots that I want to contour. I am blessed with brow genetics, but Keep in mind, I had to live through the Pamela Anderson era. It wasn't always my time, okay? I tend to use a brow pen most of the time, but I think people underestimate the power of powder. Powder brows are seriously where it's at, especially if you have super, super thin brows. Using like eyeshadow to fill them in looks way more natural than pomade. Not to be a hater, but you can just use like hair gel as eyebrow gel. You don't need to wear eyebrow gel. I don't wear eyeshadow a lot. When I do, it's usually just like my bronzer or even my blush. I'll just take like whatever blush I'm using, which today happens to be also my lipstick, and just kind of like put it everywhere. Let go of the idea of perfection in your makeup. Like I said, if you're having trouble blending, switch the brush or the product first, but also just like give less shits. The last thing we're gonna cover in this lesson is eyeliner, because I know this is the bane of most people's existence. I'm gonna shock you when I say that pencil eyeliner is actually the way to learn. You're gonna take that pencil and you're gonna stick it in the corner, outer corner of your eye, okay? And then just kind of lay it flat and sort of just drag outwards. Finding your like perfect shape is gonna maybe take you a little while, but I always try to opt for straighter. I feel like people often like really flick their wings up and it makes it look a little crazy. Keep your pencil like sideways and flat and just keep adding little teeny tiny dashes and slowly fill in your eyeliner until it gets to the place you want it. Pencil eyeliner is so forgiving. And if you have hooded eyes, get used to the bat wing. Pro tip, use mascara samples because they supposedly expire every 3 months. I have literally never thrown out my mascara after 3 months. Actually, you know what? I would like to make an official statement. Last year I had this video go viral where I was talking about like expired makeup at the dollar store, and I was working for a brand, so I couldn't really say like to use it. And then a lot of people roasted me in the comments because they thought that I was being like snobby and basically saying that I didn't use expired makeup. I just want you to know that I use expired makeup, okay? I am one of you. I just wasn't allowed to say it. That's been weighing on me for a while. That is pretty much all I do with my makeup, and finding decent products really is half the battle, and I know that that can be a little bit of a struggle. Products are expensive, I get it, you can't just buy anything. Make use of testers. You can also return makeup. If it doesn't work for you, you're allowed to return things, babe. You can take it back. High quality doesn't always mean more expensive. You might have to do a little bit of trial and error. If anything, just find reviewers online that you trust. How do you do that? Oh my gosh, I know, impossible. Everybody's so sponsored. Everybody is like lying. And I mean, hey, I could sit here and say, you guys can listen to me. You can trust me. I'm trustworthy. But like, how the hell do you know? I could be a liar. I could be a big fat liar. I could be a big crazy little lady getting paid lots of money to say that, you know? So there are some things you can look out for. We're getting better about the like stating that things are sponsored, but there's a lot of loopholes that people use. So for me, there's a couple little factors I look for. Number one is like really thorough testing. So they're like looking at all edges of the product, going through it, wearing it for multiple hours or even multiple days. Like it's not just like a put it on and like, oh my gosh, wow, that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for like jargon. If they're saying things that just sound like a company line, like, wow, my pores look minimized by at least 30%. You know what I mean? Like that's probably sponsored. A variety of opinions as well. If they love everything they try, they're probably sponsored. Say what you want about Tati and Jeffree Star. They are my go-to people. I always trust what they say because they've built brands off of being honest and turning down sponsorships. And you can see that in the variety of the brands and products and outcomes that are shown in their videos. Follow somebody who has like a similar skin type as you. There's lots of things you can do. And again, just remember that you can return stuff and you can get testers. My favorite products that I love now, I use really consistently, but even still, I try new ones and then I swap them out. It's like, it's a whole process of creating your perfect makeup kit bag. I love cream products. We love powders because we think they're easier, but I find creams much more forgiving for the average consumer. And also, working with your face shape is a big one. Focus on your bone structure. When you're watching tutorials to learn about contouring and eyeshadow, focus on what they're saying about where it lines up with their bone structure and then match it on your face. So if you want your cheekbones to look higher, think about it logically. right? I've got bronzer here, and the bronzer, the contour is the hollow. It's the shadow. So that is going to make whatever is around it stand out. It's going to highlight, right? So shadow, highlight. So if I want my cheekbone to be highlighted, then I'm going to put a shadow underneath it to make it stand out more. Now, if I put that shadow all the way down here, you're highlighting the hollow of your cheek. That's not what we want. We want the cheekbones. That means the contour should be higher for me than it is on a lot of people. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I don't know if that was really boring to listen to, but I find it interesting. So keep in mind what your face looks like and work with it and enjoy it, and don't try to change it. Enhance it. Don't cover. Enhance. Don't cover. Enhance. That's a big thing. People use makeup to cover. For me, I had really bad acne for quite a few years. I went on Accutane. I found a great skincare routine. Well, I didn't find it actually. My dermatologist put it on me, put me on it. That sounded dirty for a second. You got what I said. You knew what I meant. Yeah, so that was a really difficult experience for me because I wanted to cover it up all the time, naturally, which did end up making it worse. The things that really made it worse, I don't know if it was the more makeup, but it was a combination of a lot of things. Not cleaning my brushes, not cleansing my face well enough, not doing the double cleansing, using older makeup, or like if I'm using a concealer and putting the concealer's tip directly on a pimple and then putting it back into the bottle, you're contaminating the bottle, those sorts of things. So you want to like keep your products really clean, your brushes really clean. There's other reasons you might break out. There's hormones, there's all sorts of things, but specifically like connected to your makeup. When I had acne and I was constantly trying to cover it so much, it ended up looking so much worse because you can see those bumps under the skin, and then you're setting it with powder and you're kind of creating this sort of like, you can see the shadows of the shape almost more. Instead of covering, enhance other things. So let's say I have acne. Okay, I'm gonna like brighten up the center of my face, bring out my eyes, put on a cute lip, do all of that first, and don't worry so much about covering it. And then you'll notice it doesn't actually look so bad. We get so focused on just like the idea of just having it gone that it ends up looking so much worse than if we would just kind of embrace it and just not worry so much. And there's things you can do, put tinted moisturizers on, color correctors to kind of tone down that redness, but don't be so hard on yourself. You're still gorgeous with acne and skin concerns. It's not as hideous as you think it is. I promise. You are still so beautiful. And for me, I had to also fix some hormone imbalances. So I had to take a hormone. There was like a lot going on inside of my body, which is what we're really going to get into now. Because when it comes to skin health, we're not talking about just creams, What goes into your body and what goes into your mind, your lifestyle, all those things greatly affect what happens on your skin. So my sister Tara is a skincare girly and not a medical professional, but she is a Hollywood actor. So, she has access to all those LA secrets. And she had a really long battle with eczema. But surprisingly, it was one addition to her life that turned out to be the thing that cured it. I was very acne prone. You didn't have a lot of acne.
No, I never did, but it was dry. Eczema. And I had really bad eczema, or eczema, as they say in the...
Which one is right?
I think it's eczema.
Oh, it sounds weirder.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, so I had it a lot, and I was getting it like all on my arms and my neck and my face, and it was so itchy. And truly, I started drinking this green smoothie that I still drink every single day.
Yeah.
It's the glowing green smoothie from Kimberly Schneider.
Mm-hmm. It's the one that Reese Witherspoon did a video on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if it's good enough for Reese Witherspoon, it's good enough for me.
Yeah.
I love her. And yeah, like it's pure green goodness. And Thomas and I have been doing it now every single day for like 5 years probably. Gosh. And
you love that smoothie.
I love it because it makes me feel so good.
Right.
And it shows up. My eczema, whatever we're calling it, cleared up.
Yeah.
And like now I only have flare-ups if I eat a ton of sugar.
Right.
Or I'm stressed, actually, is the other one.
Oh, yeah. Stress does play a big role, too, in skin. I notice I break out when I get stressed. But so the green smoothie came after years of you trying like a million different creams. Like, it wasn't like just a quick fix.
Yeah, well, because everybody wants to just give you like a super strong
hydrocortisone and stuff.
Steroid. Yeah. Which, you can use, and I do use every once in a while when you have a bit of a flare-up. But I think it's so important to see what's your body will tell you what's going on. So if things are coming up in sort of like rashes or, it's often a symptom of something that's going on in the inside. Are you drinking enough water? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you stressed? Are you eating enough fruits and vegetables? Are you eating a ton of processed foods and processed sugars? Well, that's all going to show up on your skin.
Yeah. Allergies too.
Allergy. Yeah.
Dairy allergies.
Yeah. If you have a dairy allergy,
it's
going to show up. But gluten, for some people, they can't, but you have to know what your own body needs.
Yeah. What's the name of the smoothie again? I'll make sure I gotta link it.
Oh, it's called the Glowing Green Smoothie from Kimberly Schneider.
Slay. Everybody get on that. She's made me drink it. It tastes like grass, but it is really good. And it gives you a ton of energy. It's basically just like romaine and spinach and celery and like apples and lemons.
Apple, pear, banana, lemon.
She knows it off by heart. Yeah. How long did it take to clear up after you started drinking the smoothie?
It's like pretty.
No way.
Yeah, but I didn't even do it for that. I think it was like probably a couple months later. I was like, I haven't had any flare-ups at all.
Really? You just kind of didn't. Wow. What a fun little surprise.
Yeah.
So you figured out afterwards that it was more that. But yeah. I mean, it makes sense. A lot of people say that. It starts with what goes into your body. Okay, the smoothie is not that bad. It's grassy. I will give you that. It is very grassy, but it does make me feel amazing. I really feel so much more energized after it. I don't drink it all the time because I think it's a habit I need to get into, but my sister really does. She's not lying. She drinks it every single day. When she comes to visit, we have to like stock up the fridge with the romaine and this parsley and stuff. It's very impressive. I also really love what she's saying about listening to your body. I think naturally us humans can be very unconscious in life sometimes. We're like strolling around, we're doing our thing, we got a lot going on, and we're not nearly as self-aware as we think. Some people are, but are we really? Because we miss a lot of what's going on, especially with ourselves. I'm not saying it's the only thing. There are factors that need intervention, hormones, stuff like that. But the best place to start is, noticing what's going on with my body, what's affecting me, what's bothering me, what happens when I do this, what happens when I do that. You'll gain a lot of insight about yourself, whether it's about skincare or not. Now, don't worry, I did get the Hollywood juice and ask Tara if everyone in LA does really have fillers, and this is what she said. Is it true? Does everybody have fillers down there?
No, but everyone has Botox, including me.
Yes. How do you feel about Botox?
Oh, I love it. It's amazing. Here's my skincare philosophy. Diet. And not dieting in terms of dieting, in terms of eating a ton of fruits and vegetables, really taking care of yourself, eating well, fueling your body, drinking lots of water, getting enough sleep, getting sunshine, exercising. Meditating, taking care of yourself, all of the things that you need to do to take care of yourself, using good skincare. Gua sha is amazing. Face taping is amazing. A lot of these things that can like really just like make yourself feel the best. So you're at like this. Then you can use a little Botox. But when you're trying to do a little Botox on top of like you're eating like shit, you're drinking constantly, you're smoking, you're like, you're never moving, you're never getting sunshine, you're never doing these things. Well, yeah, that's not going to do much for you.
Right.
So I really do think, and I do think that that's a bit of like, that's definitely like an LA thing, but.
Right. But they have it right. At the end of the day, say what you want. People look good in LA.
Yeah. And I think the older you get, it's also like, you want to feel good.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing, is never like go into making any sort of adjustments to your face without it coming from a place of loving yourself first. You don't ever want to just go in and be like, change my face because I hate this. It's like, accept where you are. And then, sure, maybe you want to, I think everybody should be able to do whatever the hell they want in terms of tweaks. And I think it's there for us now. But it's like, just love yourself first, love who you are. And don't try to like be anybody but you too.
I gotta say, it's really nice to hear a little bit of the self-love angle when we're talking about fillers and things like that. You should never judge anybody for doing what they want to themselves. It's your body, it's your choice. And again, I think it's like what we were saying earlier. It should be from a place of preference, not necessity. Self-love first, always. I just love that. We got to talk about some products, of course. I've mentioned a couple. What do you buy? What do you spend money on? We talked about following reviewers and stuff, but that only goes so far. Like, you got to make the purchase eventually. So what do you purchase? What do you buy? skincare is expensive. It's really, really pricey for a lot of people. And some people assume that high price skincare is like the only way to go. And I think it's a combination of both. I think that high price skincare is often really well worth it, but there is affordable skincare out there. Tell me a little bit about like how you've ventured through. You've tried every brand under the sun.
For me, I'll invest money in a cream because I'm very dry naturally.
Right.
Whereas I don't necessarily need to invest as much money in like a cleanser because I'm not as acne prone.
Yeah.
I think double cleansing or triple cleansing is an amazing thing that everybody should be doing. So you start with an oil cleanse and then you use like a more active cleanse as your last one. For me, again, because I'm really dry, I'll use like more of a oatmeal based or like a really like soothing cleanser as my last step. But you can use like a more something with acids or something that's like a little bit more active if you've got more reactive skin.
Right.
And then, you know, it's like hyaluronic acid.
That's the one.
You know, I use a little bit of a I use what's that, Paula's Choice?
Oh, the gray bottle, right?
Yeah, but you know,
45%.
only use that once or twice a week. Like you don't want to go crazy and strip your skin. Me, it's just like moisture. And then gua shaing is so amazing. It just brings like drain. You can like literally see your face drain when you do it. And it's just like bringing blood flow. An ice roller, like you can get a $6 ice roller on Amazon and like ice roll your face in the morning and you're gonna be like, wow,
I'm literally hot.
It's amazing.
So crazy.
Cold is just generally great for us.
I mean, gua sha too. Just because I'm a crystal girl, I have a obsidian gua sha, which is all about removing negative energy. And I even find like from a spiritual perspective, when I do use that on my face, and you should look it up, make sure you're following tutorials because you don't want to do it improperly. Yeah. But it's true. It can really like just pull stuff
and
out.
It's like a self-care thing, right? Yeah. Like you can do it, and like I like doing it at night, and I just sit on my bed and I gua sha.
It's like your ritual.
Yeah.
I really like that point about how you're saying like you spend the extra money on cream because it is the one thing that you need. I buy an $80 cleanser because it is the one cleanser that keeps my acne at bay.
There you go.
And then with cream, I can use CeraVe because my skin's not super dry.
Yeah, and I can't. Yeah.
You can't use CeraVe? What does it do?
You know, it's okay. It's just not good. It just doesn't, my skin's just, you know, Zoe Health has been something I've been using.
Oh, I love Zoe Health.
Love their stuff. The hydrating cream. Okay. It's the like big, and actually what's so great is that it lasts because it's like, I can use that morning and night and I think it lasts me like 3-4 months.
That's pretty good.
So for $100, yeah, it's super expensive for a cream, but I'm getting a lot out of it and my skin is hydrated.
Yeah. Big fan. I also use their acne complexion clearing program and it changed my life.
So Coco Kind is a really amazing company. They have a great oil to milk cleanser balm.
You got me on that one.
Love that one.
So good.
Actually, e.l.f. has an amazing makeup removing balm.
No way.
Yeah, I actually might even like that best as the first step. It really like strips. I have some downstairs.
It's a balm?
Try it. Yeah, it's like a balm.
Kind of like the Clinique Take the Day Off?
Yeah, and it's like it's $11.
I love that.
So that's amazing. I've been loving that. But Coco Kind's really, really great.
Pretty affordable too, Coco Kind. I know you loved, I don't know if you use it as much anymore, but you were gung-ho for SkinCeuticals for a hot minute there.
Love SkinCeuticals. It's just expensive.
Yeah.
But they've got a great eye cream. Skin Medica has a really great eye cream. You know, the Charlotte Tilbury cream is also really good.
The magic cream, right?
Yeah, that one's really good.
I love that, especially before makeup.
Yeah. I've been using it's a hyaluronic acid that's like $6 called From Good Molecules. Really great. Easy. Ordinary's got great stuff too.
I was going to say better or worse than the Ordinary one.
Similar.
Nice.
Yeah, really great.
Yeah. Ordinary does have a lot of cheap options.
And they're simple options, which is great. Yeah. Oh, I have been liking the Corsex, the snail mucin.
That's right.
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
I thought that was a trendy thing. The snail, what's it called? It's like slime. It's like snail, whatever.
Yeah.
So you're using, what is it, a serum or?
Yeah, it's a serum. So I do the acid, hyaluronic acid that I can't say, and then I do the snail mucin, and then I do cream.
Sick.
Start simple too. Don't go like crazy.
Right.
I think that's the thing. Like just take care of yourself, cleanse your skin, make sure your skin is cleansed, not stripped, but cleansed, and sunscreen too.
Sunscreen is everything,
and yeah, I think everybody, like, facial massage that you can do yourself with and gua sha, like, I really do think that is like, that's free. Your hands are free.
Aging is beautiful. Aging is a gift. I love aging. I think it's just, I can't wait to grow older. I'm not afraid of it at all. However, I do like to kind of keep the wrinkles at bay where I can. So we've chatted about Botox. My personal favorite anti-aging secret is retinol. When I started using retinol, I kid you not, I swear I aged backwards. I think I looked older when I was 23 versus now. I was really stressed. I went through a really tough time in my early 20s, and I had very deep forehead lines that were kind of just there. Like the 11s, mine were there pretty much all the time. Around the same time I started Accutane, I also started incorporating retinol into my skincare routine, and it was amazing. It's a very expensive retinol. I use a $114 one from Vivier. But it is so worth it. There are cheaper retinols out there. I think there's one from Ordinary. I can't use squalene on my skin for some reason, so I can't use it. But I do know that I think people like it. I think. Actually, I don't know. Go read the reviews for yourself. See, this is what I'm saying. I'm not a trusted reviewer. Tara's favorite anti-aging secret was a little different than mine. Would you say your biggest anti-aging tip, other than a cheeky little Botox, gua sha and hydration?
And, like, food and exercise.
Yeah, it comes back down to that.
I think it's kind of more important. Yeah. I really do think, like, if you're gonna, like, do anything, like, exercise is, it's fraught for a lot of women, especially because you feel like you're doing it to punish yourself, but you're not. For me, I focus so much on just, like, I want to feel good for a long time.
Right.
I want to be active. I want, muscle building. I want to, like, your energy is so much better. It's like a form of meditation. Like, so there's just so much benefits that come from it. You're bringing a lot of, like, you're sweating, you're getting toxins out. Like, so I think, yes, of course, all the skincare, but again, I think take a look at what your lifestyle is.
Yeah, it starts
and not saying, like, you need to be 100%. 80-20 rule for most things, right? Like, sure, have the drink every once, but if you're drinking every night, if you're dehydrating your skin, if you're eating a lot of salts, everybody needs more fruits and vegetables.
It's true. I mean, we are veggie hoes. Yeah. We love veggies. Like, we are a salad every day kind of family.
Yeah, and we always were like that. Yeah. So I think that's the thing. Is, like,
it was habits.
It's habits. Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
But find the things that you like. I mean, you'll find something that you like. And hey, oftentimes, especially if you're making a green smoothie like that, if you throw a banana in it, it really, like, cuts some of the bitterness. There's ways that you can make it more palatable for yourself.
Yeah, there's a banana in mine. Yeah.
Yeah. See, there is? Okay, we'll add 2 bananas then if you wanted to be.
I only put half a banana, so maybe.
Okay, maybe that's it. I mean, once again, we're just coming back to that same conversation of the inside out skincare. I love that idea of health from the inside out being the thing that actually contributes the most to anti-aging, because I think it's really inspiring and it's really accessible. Everybody can exercise, everybody can improve their life a little bit more. So we don't need $1,000 skincare. We don't need to go get Botox. We don't need the $114 retinol. We just need to be active and good to ourselves. Well, there you have it, folks. There is so much skincare out there, so many products out there, high end, low end, affordable, not affordable. Try it out. I think the biggest takeaway from today's episode is that all good things in terms of beauty and looking good, they come from within. I don't know if that's lame. I feel like we gave you some good like practical tips in there. There are little things you can do, okay? But you have to love yourself first, because even if you do those little things and you hate yourself, you're not going to feel good. You're still not going to think you look hot. And it's going to be a constant battle. It really is a mindset. So if you are really struggling with your self-esteem, the thing that was really helpful for me was those mirror mantras that you see, like, parents and their little kids do, where they look in the mirror and they're like, I'm beautiful, I'm brave. I know it might make you feel a little bit lame, but it really works. It worked. And you could switch it up. For me, I usually look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm hot, I'm fabulous. I get naked really often. I'll get literally butt naked, look in the mirror, just, like, feel myself, own myself. These little things, don't be afraid of looking at yourself. Don't be afraid of your insecurities. Face them head on, own them, love yourself, and love the others around you. What you put out has a lot to do with that too. Don't judge others. Don't put down others. Don't be mean to them, because that energy translates back. Do you know what I mean? If you were curious about today's look, I'll tell you a little bit about it. So I wore this to my first New York Fashion Week. When I got the call, I was really excited because I didn't know that I was like, I never really thought of myself as a fashion girl, to be honest. So I was like, oh, this is going to be so fun. And I only had a couple days to prepare. Just a little visual description. It's like a plush leather, like pinky suit kind of skirt with like a long leg thing on one side. And I'm wearing white 60s Gogo boots. This little two-piece like didn't fit me at all, and I tried to alter it, but I'm not a costumer and I just was doing a really bad job. So it kept looking more and more disheveled, and I decided to kind of lean into that because I'm a public meltdown kind of girl. Personally, I have a lot of public meltdowns. I'm not afraid of them. Cause a scene, grab a seat, get some popcorn. Strap in, whatever. So I just kind of wanted to like glamorize it and like make it a thing. Hence the crying girl makeup, it's my party and I'll cry if I want to kind of vibes. I actually was in such a rush in New York the day that I had to wear this, and I bought these Gogo boots and I was very disappointed because one of my favorite stores sold them to me and failed to mention that they were pretty much only to put on for photos for like 5 seconds and not to walk in. So as you can see, they're like a complete mess and falling apart. So they started to fall apart on the way to the venue, and me and my friend had to stop and get glue. So there you go. That's the look. So don't forget, guys, hot people cry. I hope you had the best day ever. Thank you so much for opening your mind up with me today. And don't forget to be kind to yourself and others. Okay? Love you. Bye.